Okay, hey everybody, welcome to this evening stream. It's nice to see chat quite busy, all these suggestions about what the big update might be. So over the course of the next hour or so, we're going to run through all of the things that will be coming in an update to Crayta very soon. We are going to be playing on an internal build. Obviously, the build isn't live, so there won't be any option to join us this evening. And obviously, there's always the chance that little things may pop up here and there that aren't quite expected. So hopefully, everything will work out as we expect, and it should all be good. I'm joined by Maggie and Adam this evening, so they're going to be taking us through. So, you want to say hello?
Hey everyone.
Hey.
Okay. So what you'll see here is we're in the hub as always. Obviously, this is a slightly different looking hub because, as I mentioned, we are on a slightly different version of the game here. Obviously, as always, do let us know if there's any sort of audio issues or visual issues. Hopefully, we can get those sorted on the fly. So we're gonna, as I say, we're gonna sort of go through all the various features that will be coming out. Let us know in chat with your support if there's something that we sort of announce that you really enjoy. And it would be great to get sort of instant feedback on what you think about the update that's going to be coming. And maybe let's get some speculation about when this update might be dropping as well. I think that might be quite fun. So let's just see. Right, okay, so the first big thing that we have been working on is the way that players will interact and socialize with each other. So obviously a lot of players like to spend time together in games, in the hub. All these various emotes like Maggie and Adam are showing off right now. There has been some sort of little issues here and there in the sort of the kind of the months or so that we've been out. And we've noticed that players have been kind of unable to access prompts through the numpad and various things. So we've changed the way it will work. So at the moment, the way it will work is on a PC. So if I press the F key, okay, that's going to bring up this new social actions menu. Then using the mouse, I can come around and select the option I want. So in this case, let's do a big old thumbs up. Okay. You notice there's got a few more options and also more options here. So instead of just the 4 that you would have found before, you've got kind of 8 to pick from here. So I can pick one of these pluses, and that's going to take me to the menu and allow me to sort of set up these sort of segments of the circle with all the things that we've seen before, the various sort of actions and emotes and sprays. Let's just set a few of these up here. Okay, and if I go along, I can see I've got a few more empty ones on these sort of sections of wheel. Okay, so as I say, if this is the sort of update that you kind of have been excited for, then do let us know in chat. I can see if you love it, this is way better. So yeah, it's nice to know that we're on the right lines here. Let's go for that. Okay. Bit of a rave going on here.
Oh yeah, I haven't stopped mine. It keeps going, doesn't it?
It does.
Let's do something else.
Okay. So as you can see, yeah, it's a nice quick way of just getting to all sorts of different options through that social wheel. Okay, so the next thing that kind of comes in as part of this is our quick chat. So you may have noticed in the top corner, it will say press Q or press E. Obviously, those buttons will bind differently on a controller or various setups. But if I press Q here, that's going to take me to another version of the same wheel. And from here, this is what we're calling our social chat. So from here, if I was to say hello, okay, you might just notice here right next to me on screen is a small kind of text window, and Adam says nice one, and I've replied with hello. Adam's back in with wow. And you'll also see, Adam, if you just say something again, you'll see that above the character's head, you can see the thing that they have said. So it's a really, really nice way to be able to sort of interact and chat with each other. If you're working or playing in a group where someone isn't necessarily wanted to use the microphone, or kind of in the quick chat system, or as Adam's just said, want to join our group. Perhaps you've found a player in the hub that's you've kind of interacted with, and obviously before this update, all you'd be able to do is kind of run around together and crouch and jump, which is quite exciting still. But this just allows you to actually sort of talk to each other in quite a nice way. So you can sort of start to communicate and group up and join games. So there's quite a few preset options to join from. And again, if you go to the customize menu, you can see here we've got this new chat option, and just similar to the actions, you get the 8 segments of the wheel to pick from, and you can assign from a whole list of different options here. Iceland saying more things to spam, 10 out of 10. Even more thumbs up, me likey, nice. Okay, this is good. I say obviously all this sort of stuff will feed back to the team, and I'm sure they'll be really pleased to hear that sort of reception. So good to know we're off to a good start. Ray says, can we also chat normally? If chat normally you mean sort of a free text, free type chat, there's no option to do that. It is sort of predetermined messages, or obviously you do have the option to do the sort of microphone voice chat. Okay, right. So next on the list is the sort of the announcement, I guess, of our next set of things that creators will get to use. So people may have been sort of eagle-eyed enough to notice this coming in a previous sort of video, I think it's been alluded to. But if we want to head over to this new little section of the hub over here. Okay, so here we are. Here is our Sci-Fi asset showcase. Okay, so it's just a sneak peek of some of the assets that will be coming in with that. And if chat would like me to, I guess I could jump in here and show off a few more of the Sci-Fi colonies. What do you think? Think we should?
I'm just sending you yeses in the quick chat.
I'm just spamming yes. Okay, yeah, I think let's assume chat. We're going to say yes. And we'll jump in. Okay, so that's if you remember from our previous season, we had the asset showcase, which was the sort of the 3 scenes. We had the movie set, the supermarket, and the gym, which led into that huge warehouse of all the assets. What we have here is basically the same thing for our Sci-Fi colonies update. Go in, I dare you, Russ. Go. Yes. Yogrin says, nah, I'm good. So, okay, Yogrin, if you wanted to just tune out for the next few minutes, that'd be fine. You can probably come back in about 10 minutes' time, and we'll just skip this section. So I'm sure it's going to be of no interest. Okay, so here we are. This is... Adam, do you want to talk us through kind of what's in here? I guess this was sort of one of your creations.
Sure, yeah. So last time, as Russ said, for the summer sports update, we had an asset showcase, and we kind of had 3 packs in one there, 3 like mini packs. We had the summer sports, we had the we had the movie set, and then we had the supermarket, and we built 3 sort of little showcase pieces for those. The Sci-Fi colonies update is quite a lot bigger, so we've got a whole showcase world just dedicated to Sci-Fi colonies assets. So we've got this whole spaceship which has landed on an alien planet, so there's a little bit of that when we go outside as well. And then we've got a huge sort of warehouse section again dedicated to showing off every single one of the props and voxels that come with this pack as well.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, this is a really, really fun pack to build with. I know a lot of people have been excited about space, and I know I'm really excited to see the sort of things that people can use in their games. And obviously there's always the option to sort of, as we always say, you can kit bash these things together. So I know there's the odd prop in here that's probably from a previous theme pack, but that's part of the beauty of Crayta, is obviously all these things work really nicely together in a really nice way. So why don't we head out the bridge at the front here? Sure,
let's make sure we see the ship before we go outside, I think.
Yeah, okay, I'll head back
if we turn around here.
Okay. Oh, I really like this room. This room always makes me laugh. It's a classic space diner.
I imagine this is what space colony people would have lunch in, probably. It seems very likely.
Yeah, I feel like we missed a trick here. We could have set some things in like a 0 gravity, like just almost in like a stasis, kind of floating up in the air. But I really like what you've done here with the sort of nutritional information board.
Do you want fruit or hot dog or weird packets?
Or what they're more likely to actually have in space, which is just packets of stuff.
Yeah, but you can tempt them with the fruit and the hot dog.
Cool. Okay. Let's have a quick look at this side. So I think you've gone, for like a cruise quarters type thing. So we've got these pretty cool looking sort of space beds, space filing cabinet. I think that's a previous pack. What else we got?
Yeah, that one was with the supermarket.
I think so,
or
yeah.
the hospital or something, but yeah, slot right in.
These pretty cool signs. Yeah.
That was the TV from the shop, and then a few space bits sort of mashed into it.
Some of our new voxels as well. So you'll see the panels on the ceiling, the sort of circuit board voxel type.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some pretty nice effects here. So that's like kind of, I guess, the old neon voxel underneath these new grates. You'll notice as well that quick chat is still here, so it's not just in the hub, but we've still got all those options to do quick chat through here. If you're on a controller, that's bound to the down button on the D-pad, and again, use the right stick to then sort of flick around and see what you want to say. Cool. I really like this room. This is a really nice example of the sort of things you can do with kind of clever lighting. And obviously not having too many shadow casting lights, but when you use them, it's really nice to use them effectively. So that's the mesh in the middle there, I think. And that breaker mesh is actually separate, isn't it? So you've got this whole thing is one mesh with a few bits sort of kit bashed in at the bottom. And then, that sort of spinning box, that's a separate mesh, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can do anything you want with that, like power source thing in the middle there. But I've just used it to cast some shadows and spin around a bit.
Yeah, looking
and
cool.
Then below here we've actually got a few things that were already in Arcade City. So we've got, I think these were the platforms, and the platforms with thrusters, and then that's the big searchlight. That's the back of it that I've used for the like console thing.
Yes, yeah. No, it looks really cool. It's always really exciting to kind of find new ways to use things. Some animating voxels in there. Sweet. Okay, and again, sort of a little bit of lighting here. So we've got some lights underneath these grates to create these kind of nice atmospheric sort of spaceship vibes. Neon voxels behind the new fans, which built in animation. So again, it's a straightforward little bit of Lua code to just get those meshes to animate the way we'd like. Cool. Should we head out this window here, this side here? Or do you want to go through?
Probably through the bridge.
Yeah,
actually,
let's go through the bridge. A bit more exciting
to see the alien planet.
Yeah.
So we've got the landing ramp onto the planet here.
Cool. What are people thinking so far? Obviously, let us know in chat what you think of this. I've seen someone already mentioned about how they can't wait to build some sort of famous spaceships. So that'd be quite an interesting use of the pack. Okay, so I guess what we have here is almost like the second half of the Sci-Fi Connolly. So there's a huge amount of spaceship stuff, but kind of the other half is the sort of the alien habitat, alien surface. Got a few new voxels, so kind of this alien grass. These really, really cool alien trees, which I think we've just added a few lights to just kind of really spruce the scene up. It's a really, really kind of nice kit to build some really interesting, very different worlds. Really, really quite cool. Right, so let's have a quick look through here then. So what we have through here is our sort of, I guess it's our warehouse equivalent. Put back here. We kind of had a bit of fun with this. We thought, we're outside at this point, so let's sort of make the jump multiplier a bit higher, throw a bit of simulated gravity in there. And basically from here you can kind of see the amount of meshes that are actually going to be coming with this update. So there's a lot here to take in, a lot here to explore. And as before, if you run up to it, it will lift up and give you a little sort of spin around preview, so you can get an idea of the sort of things that we're working with here. So all sorts of different panels. It's pretty cool sort of teleport pad looking thing. Got this one I think this one looks really cool, really creepy. Bit of a sort of alien, like massive hearts almost, some sort of digestive thing in goop. Okay, some pretty big doors. Hydroponic plants. I won't list everything, but
we didn't really have space to make full use of these ones as well, but we got these like big settlement walls that don't really go on a spaceship, but they more go on like an actual settlement on the planet.
Yeah, so almost like a moon base or some sort of planet base. I think Pretty cool. We've got over here, we've got a whole array of different spaceship wings. So sort of quite big wings, or we've got sort of slightly smaller ones, or more alien looking sort of red ones. Different thrusters. The thrusters always look really cool with that super nice glow. And again, different shapes and sizes, all the way to these sort of really, really huge sort of thruster ships. Yeah, different landing gear, satellite dish, a speeder bike. This one is pretty cool. This sort of speeder bike thing over here. So be interested to see how people can use that. We've seen some interesting uses of the flying cars and all sorts of stuff. So another interesting mesh there to use. Oh, we need to show the guns off. Okay, so here we have a sort of a spaceship gun. That is one sort of collection of meshes, and I'll show you an interesting update later on around that. But what we have here is also all those individual components. So we have the base, we have the sort of the main bit, we have the individual left and right guns, and that means you can obviously then put them together however you'd like. You can really start to kit bash them in your own way and start to sort of create your own versions of some of these weapons. And again, this thing is really seriously cool. This sort of huge, what is it? I can't remember what it's called actually. It's like a
spaceship cannon,
like
I think.
It's a bit tricky to get.
Anti-ship cannon.
Anti-ship cannon. There we are. Anti-ship cannon. Yeah, and again, you get the individual base from the huge sort of gun firing part of the cannon. So yeah, I'd love to see what sort of crazy space weapons people are going to start creating with these sorts of things. And again, over here we've got the vegetation. So we've added a few little lights to this so you can see the glow. But you get these really cool trees. Some alien stuff, so alien eggs, alien goo, glowing mushrooms, these sort of red rock chunks, and then this huge red sort of shard of rock, which is pretty cool, pretty very alien looking. And if you look carefully, I've actually added a few into the fog in the distance, and they're quite a nice way of selling that sort of very alien effect, which looks pretty nice. New alien blaster weapon.
Do you want to finish this by going back up your staircase into the back of the ship again, Russ?
Yes, yeah.
That's the after the voxels.
Yeah, so we'll just show the voxels here quickly. So again, with all the meshes, we've got a few voxels to add here. So different sort of interior colours. So kind of a simple-ish palette, but with this nice sort of inner ship material applied to it. Nice solar panel. So you can create some pretty cool looking sort of satellite things out of their solar panels. The circuit boards I mentioned earlier. And then again, just various sort of patterns of kind of patterned panels. And then we've got the alien side of things. So the alien scrub, this rock, which is kind of what most of the floor is over there. It's kind of an interesting chunks of some sort of blue ore in them. And then plants. So kind of similar to the way the jungle works. If you paint the voxel down, you get this kind of purple, quite kind of creepy looking alien plant, as well as the grass. So a lot there to play with. Let's see how people are. So people seem to like it. So I think we're off to a good start in this big update. Oh yeah, this satellite is pretty cool as well. Looks like it's got like a head with some antennas on the front, some sort of big flying bug or something. Cool. Right, let's go through the up the stairs here. Up the sort of the little stairway thing that I made out of various voxels again, so you might recognise the crane there from the Arcade City.
Good use of the moon rover things.
Yeah,
it's the feet.
Yeah, and again, I've said it before, but this is actually a really, really fun pack to just sort of kit bash with. There's all sorts of small individual components which are quite fun to use.
Yeah, we probably spent too long making this asset showcase. It was quite a lot of fun.
It was quite a lot of fun. Okay, was anything else you wanted to show off in here, Adam?
I think that's probably about it. There's some nice sound effects as well, actually, which I guess aren't really coming across being on a stream. But if you go around this lab part in particular and stand next to each of the like exhibits, each one has its own creepy sci-fi noises, which is quite nice.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you don't
And
say
there's, like-
anything for a minute or so, I'll just show those off. Yeah, there's that beeping sound that's going off that's very sort of space, it's kind of instilling like an alarm of some sort.
I can't remember which one that was on, but yeah, we'll go with that.
Cool. Okay, all right. Well, you guys feel free to run around and have a bit more fun in here, and I'll show off a few more of the front end updates that have come or that will be coming pretty soon. So
Sure.
at any point, obviously in game, I can press start to bring up the nav menu. So what we see here, you may notice differences. We have this view current game option. Okay, and what that does is it will bring up a screen to show you all the details of the game you're currently in. So we quickly realised a lot of the time, especially with the launch of state share beta links, you might want to kind of quickly see what the details are for the game you're currently playing. And the only way you could do that before would be to go back to the play page and find the game again. So now when you're in a game, you'll get this option to view the current information. So across the bottom, you can see that I'm in the same. You see the players in the game, so I can see that Adam and Maggie are here with me. I can do all the things I'd like to do, so sort of thumbs up, thumbs down, feedback, add to favorites, create share links, report, actually get the share link, just generally see all the information about the current game I'm in without actually having to navigate anywhere. So that's available from the home screen. So as you can see, that's kind of works with the exit and return button. They sort of share the same space. Or you can also tab across at the top by one. So here, if I press L1, I'm going to move across to the current tab, which is a new section on that nav menu. That's just one way, again, that we've kind of been working on, kind of making the whole experience a little bit more seamless. And it's just a nice way to help people get to those state share beta links even quicker and get their friends joining in or get their chat in their stream joining in with them. Okay. So, so as Slaterburn's saying, it's now kind of much easier to like a game, especially if you don't have to then go re-find it. You can think, I enjoy this game. I'm going to open up the menu, hop across to the current tab and just give it that thumbs up. Okay, next update is on the play page. Now, let's see. Okay, there was a few issues with this earlier, and again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I am on an internal build here, so there's going to be sort of issues here with maybe not showing. I can't quite show this feature off, but we've introduced a new way to search on the play page, and that is going to be through the tags. So if you have published a game, you'll have noticed that part of the publish flow, it provides you with options to throw in some tags at the end. I think it's up to 6 tags from a huge list of tags that you can pick from. What we want to do, what we've done now, is allow players through the play page to actually search via those tags. So if you're in the mood for an action game, an action shooter set in a western jungle of some sort, you could put all those tags in, and it will return you all of those games that match those tags. So it's a really nice way of exploring and finding new games without necessarily having to go and search through like random rails or look for a specific thing in the title. You can kind of pick a tag and actually go through and search through there. And again, let's see what people are thinking. So I see a few people saying hit that like button here. So yeah, I mean, as always, if you enjoy this stream, then do make sure you hit the like button. If you're enjoying the new format as well, you might have noticed, obviously, I think someone mentioned it at the beginning, but the format of the stream is a bit different. We've got this new overlay and this new layout. So if you do like the layout, make sure you do like the stream, and it will let us know that this is a sort of a popular format. But yeah, so I think that sort of tag-based searching is actually going to make games a lot more easier to find, especially you're going to get to the games that you want to play much quicker. Should we leave it there? What do you think? Do you think people want to find out more?
Yeah, I'm done. I'll go have ice cream. See ya.
Yeah, we'll call it a day. No more updates. Maybe we'll squeeze a few more in. So, okay, if I'm going to go now, I'm going to go across to my create page. Okay, so I've got a couple of changes to show off from the create page. What we can do now is, if I've got a game here, let's say it's my ST test game, whenever that means, I don't actually want this game anymore, so I'm going to archive this game. Okay, so we're all familiar with that flow. I think a lot of players have seen that we've been able to sort of archive games before. So what you end up with is a sort of a long list of archived games, whether they're projects that failed or games that you just wanted to sort of pull apart and learn from, but you don't really want them there anymore. A lot of people have asked about this in the past. So what you can do now is you can go to the archived rail and you have this option to restore the game. But you also have this option to move to the bin. What that will do is that will remove it from your create page and thus clean up the create page in a way that allows you to kind of keep a clearer workflow. So when I selected to sort of move this game to the bin, I'm going to get a confirmation message. And it says, are you sure you want to move the game to the bin? It will still be recoverable, but you'll need to go to, and then obviously the website there is not a real website. You'll see a different website. But if I click move to bin, it's going to have been removed. Okay, it might take a sec to refresh, but then there we go. So that game is now completely gone. So as the message said, that's not properly deleted. So you don't have to worry too much about deciding, to sort of permanently delete a game. If you head to the developer sort of companion site and log in through there, you will be able to sort of restore that game from its deleted state. But what that means is, you can now go through and clean up those archived rails of all those games that you didn't want to have there. Okay, so I can just see chat catching up here. So bin time. A lot of people are excited. I see where this is going. Delete. Yay! All the archived games make me feel so unorganized. My failures. And I think a big part of that, the fact we're doing that now is if we want to encourage players to not be scared to start new projects. We don't want to encourage or discourage people from starting new starter games, to learn from them. So if you do start a new starter game, knowing it was never going to go anywhere, you just wanted to learn some of the code and then you wanted to get rid of it, then obviously you've got the option to do that now. So what do we want to show off next? Let's have a look. Okay, so next update to show. You may remember a week or so ago, I think it's probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point, we ran a stream which was a tycoon building stream, and that was me and a few of the team building out a tycoon game, and it was working off a bit of a prototype that I was throwing together. And we had such an amazing reception to that stream. A lot of people were really behind it, and actually kind of strong-armed me into releasing what I had going as a sort of package on the live game, which was amazing. So obviously, thank you for that. But what we have actually gone and done is we've sort of listened to that, obviously that kind of player reception to that sort of game, and we've created an entire starter game around the tycoon idea. So when you go to create a new game, you'll see there's a new tycoon starter game. So this is, if I just go here, so it's a 4-player tycoon game. Each player has a base with items to purchase and upgrade, and it uses the real-time clock for its sort of collection of resources and that sort of thing. So I know a lot of people have run with my my package. I think it's probably fair to say at this point, this is slightly different to the package that I created. So don't worry that, if you ran with my package, I will try to support that one a little bit because it behaves slightly differently to the way that this one does. But this is actually a really, really nice, clean way to run with the starter, the sort of tycoon idea. So if you've already started using my package, then that's amazing, and stick with it. Don't think you have to start again from this. But this would be a good place if you're thinking of starting a tycoon game. This is probably a really good place to start from, a little bit more solid of a foundation. So, Adam or Maggie,
Hello.
What's a good space tycoon game name? I'm rubbish. I'm rubbish at this bit.
Why didn't we prepare this ahead? Come on, chat. Throw some names.
Okay, see if chat can come up with one in the next sort of 30 seconds or so. How do you think the chat have received the update so far, guys? I think they've been pretty happy, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. seems to be going quite well.
I'm just trying to catch up through the messages. Iceland saying, thank God, already hit about 100 archived games with names that sound like I'm rolling my face over my keyboard. I think you want to show off the outfits that might be coming. So I think we're going to hold back on outfits for now. I mean, we've showed off quite a lot here, so hopefully there's quite a lot here that's getting people excited. But yeah, I think we're going to save the outfits for another day. Let's see what people are saying.
I'm quite liking meteor miners or Mars miners.
Mars miners, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Spore tycoon, grow those meat baby spores in. Okay, I'm outlawing that. We're not having spore tycoon because I'm not having any meat babies on my moon base.
Would have gotten my vote.
Astro Storm. Let's go with meteor miners. I think that's gonna kind of fit the sort of the feel we're gonna go for in this game.
Not that sort of meat, Maggie. Not a meat baby. Meteor.
You could have spelt it that way, though.
I could have done. Okay. Meteor miners. And again, we're just going to go through the usual flow. We're going to pick an image here. Let's go for that one. It looks pretty cool. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go in and create a quick game. We're not going to run into it as like a proper game dev sort of game creation stream. I think what we'll do is we'll save that for a kind of one of the proper streams. We'll set like a full stream aside to run through this tycoon game. But I thought what might be quite nice is to spend a bit of time now just showing off a few more of the meshes and basically building up a bit of a space tycoon game, showing off some of the sounds perhaps and that sort of thing, as well as a few more updates that have happened to the editor itself. Still got names coming in. What we're seeing here, meatloaf miners.
I think they've forgotten the space theme and gone more for a meat theme.
Yeah, I've picked the shop up already. Okay, I'm going to need to invite you in, aren't I? That's
preferably
a good point. Am I friend? Yeah, I am friends with both you, aren't I? There we go. Okay, so if I confirm, you should be able to get to that game through your Crate page now.
Having a look.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so while they're joining in, I guess if anyone's here for the first time or is kind of doesn't quite sure what Crayta is, obviously we've talked a lot about playing games and the games that are available on Crayta, but Crayta is more than that. It's also a game development platform, so you can create your own games. We've made game creation as accessible as possible, so there's a lot of things you can create here pretty quickly, pretty easily. You really start to sort of cut your teeth in game development, and then from there you can kind of go into slightly more advanced things and really start to branch out and make some quite cool experiences. So we've got a lot of really amazing games that a lot of our community have made. Hopefully in this update we'll start to see a lot more of that sort of stuff. Okay, so what I'm thinking is basically, so these four, in fact, let's just press play. So let's show everyone what we get with this sort of starter game. So
I haven't seen this yet, so this is all new. It's
pretty cool. So the first thing you'll notice is the time of day's changed, and this is using the sort of adventure script style of time of day management. So it's actually running off the UTC time. So because it's what we are now, we're at 7:30 here in the UK. The sun and the time of day has actually set itself to 7:30, so it's got that real day-night cycle feel to it, which is quite nice. And again, that's customizable through a simple checkbox. We've all been assigned our own areas, and I think the theme or the feel of this sort of starter map to begin with is basically it's almost like you're buying office space. Okay, so you'll see down in the corner I've got 1,000 coins. All of these desks here cost 1,000. So I'm going to run to this first one, and I've got a prompt that says press E to buy this desk. I'm going to buy the desk, and that's going to set off this little computer, and that computer's got a bit of a progress bar on it that slowly fills up. There's processing. Okay, so it's kind of similar to what I had going in mind, but the difference here is it will continue. So once it's got one of its resources, it will move on and start doing the next one until it hits a point. So it's got a sort of capacity to it. So quite a nice way It's quite a nice way of kind of allowing players to build up a bit of a stockpile over time. Obviously, tycoon games are really good for that sort of retentive mechanic. So you want a player to come back to your game often. This sort of style is that they'll come in, they'll sort of do a bit of management, they'll perhaps buy a new desk, they'll come in and sort of clean out all of the things that have built up and go and sell it all. And then they'll go and play a different game. So obviously Crayta is really nice and quick to jump in and play all sorts of different game experiences. And then because it works off UTC time, it kind of saves the point when you quit. Then when you come back in, it'll work out how many resources you've earned in that time and give it to you. So you don't have to be playing the game to receive the resources, which is quite nice. Okay, so if I select this, I'm going to collect those 5 apples that my computer has processed. That's going to keep going, and then I can head over to the shop. Okay, and you'll see that the shop's been slightly adjusted here, that there's no buy pages, there's just a sell option. And we also have this option to sell all or just sell individual. So I'm going to sell all of those to make 500 coins. Okay, and I'm going to need to wait a little bit longer in order to buy another desk.
I was having fun there.
We'll jump back. Well, so one of the really nice things about developing a tycoon miner is actually, while we're building the game up, that UTC time is still kind of ticking through. So when we go back to preview, our collection points are still earning those. So it's kind of like, it gets really meta in a way, because it's like if you're having fun playing your own game and you've collected all of your resources in preview, then you can just come back to the editor, do a bit more world building, go back in 20 minutes and actually then kind of get that gameplay loop and that gameplay experience. So it's actually a really nice game to build in Crayta. It works really well. What's Scrooger Wooger saying? A food printer, cloudy with a chance of meat, baby.
Oh dear.
I quite like that.
Now.
That's pretty funny. I quite like that.
That's good.
Okay, cool. So what I'm thinking is to change this into a bit more of a space game. Sort of get a bit of a space feel to it. Would be if each of these computers, we change them to be something more sci-fi, and it's collecting alien eggs. Perhaps it's some sort of computer that's running a mine somewhere on this planet. It's collecting alien eggs and alien goo and various alien resources. So if we built like a bit of a base around all 4 of these, made the whole area a bit bigger, and then decorated the rest of it as an alien planet. I think that sounds like a solid enough plan.
Yes, I think so.
Sounds
good.
If that made any sense to you.
So a bit of a base around these areas, and then alien planet around the base.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
easy.
What we could do is we could build like a room around all 4 with like a connecting tunnel between them all.
That'd be cool. So they're like parts of a settlement.
Yeah, I think that's.
So you can maybe without a ceiling, so you can see in quite easily, but then it looks like there's tunnels between them.
We'll do like a glass ceiling or something.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, if anyone in chat has any suggestions for sort of fun little gameplay things we can throw in here, to say this isn't going to be like a full game dev sort of stream. We will do a game dev stream in the Tycoon starter map and kind of give it its own video. But for now, I thought it'd be quite nice to sort of show off some of these things. So I'll build one of the settlements, and then I guess it should be able to template that up for the other ones. Have a look.
Ref Gaming just asked, I obviously missed the beginning, but are there new assets? Yes, many.
There are many new assets.
Many.
Yeah, do you want to explain what's coming?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So at the start of the stream, or towards the start, we ran through the Sci-Fi Colonies Asset Showcase, which is going to be similar to the Summer Sports Asset Showcase, going to be coming out with this update. And it's essentially, we built a spaceship that's landed on an alien planet to try and show off as many of the new props and voxel types as possible, and actually some of the new sound effects as well. So we sort of give a tour of that at the start of the stream. So if you missed the start, it would be cool to go back and have a little watch of that. And yes, the purple grass is indeed new. Quite a few new voxels as well. And you can sort them by outer space in the voxel part of the library.
Yeah, so there's the new tag is outer space. So that will get you all of these new things. I might make, I'm not sure if there's a icon area. Oh, it is a template. That would be a much smarter way to do this. Right, let's delete these.
Yeah, it would. Sorry.
Just confirming what I said. Right, let's build it on here. So obviously if we build it on here, that's going to apply it to all of those areas automatically. So let's build our settlement walls. Tell you what, while we're building this, it might be a bit quiet. Is there a good way? Yeah, I might trick some music down. So we have got a whole bunch of new sound effects for outer space as well. So we've got these. I don't know if these were already in the build or not, actually. I have a feeling they may have been. But if not, there's, say, you can search for space, and there's 5 new tracks here to listen to. Oh, as soon as, if I simulate it, actually, it will play, won't it?
Sorry, too much fog. That is foggy.
I think the music just keeps starting again. Perhaps we'll have to pick a different one. I'm pretty sure if I play it here, yeah, and switch tab, it'll go away. Maybe that's one we can ask for internally, or let us know in chat if you know a nice easy way to play the music while you're editing. That'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool feature to request, perhaps.
Hopefully that's not too foggy.
I'm in
a little bit of a mysterious look.
Yeah, I'm in the template view, so it's hard to see. But
okay.
Let's go with yes. I think that'll be fine.
Cool. If you're doing the settlement, shall I start building the alien world?
Yeah. If you and Maggie maybe want to just tackle getting some like cool environment with all those trees and plants and.
Can do.
Got it.
I feel like it wouldn't be a sci-fi build if there wasn't some sort of crashed ship somewhere as well.
Oh, yeah. Effort.
Sounds like Maggie's going to take that one.
It does, doesn't it?
It certainly does. So look at some of our voxels. Okay.
It's just because I've been making so many spaceships recently for more than just the Sci-Fi Asset Showcase. But I'm now getting a little bit tired of building so many spaceships.
We have built a lot of spaceships recently. Okay, so I guess I mentioned there's going to be a few more updates to sort of reveal here to the editor as well. So the first one that I'm kind of going to reveal here is the way that we organize voxels and meshes. So it's quite a large library now, and again with this update there's quite a lot of meshes and voxels coming with this. So you may have noticed this small folder icon just sort of sitting next to some of these. So the way that this works now is any of these with a folder on. So for example, our spaceship interior. Okay, when you click that, it's going to give you a whole new sort of menu to look through. So instead of the small pop-up that appears before, you're going to get this sort of whole screen to look at them. Just gives you a bit more space to play with. Let's go for, I guess, something nice and bright. Let's go for this orange for the floor. I'm gonna update. I think I know why not. That might need me to go back. Okay, so we'll leave that for now. But then the other thing that we've got is in our meshes. Okay, so I mentioned earlier the big alien weapon. So also the big spaceship weapon. If I search outer space, you'll see that some of the meshes also now have the same folder in the corner. So what that means is if I click this turret, that's going to show me the turret as a whole. Okay, that I can use to sort of however I'd like, or I get all the individual pieces to play with. Okay, and it's worth noting that if I place one of these, all that's really giving me is all like a pre-grouped version of all of those meshes. So it's not like that is a mesh in itself. I can now take individual parts of this and start to tweak it. Okay, so I can pull it around, I can sort of apply different rotations and animations to it. So you can really start to create some cool looking guns and turrets. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm losing my mind, maybe you can correct me, Adam and Maggie, but the rotate gizmo is new here as well. Maybe chat can let me know as well. So you may have noticed.
I saw someone in chat earlier was asking about a more intuitive rotation gizmo.
Okay, so someone's asking it. So ask and you shall receive. Here we see.
Not that quick. Don't set that sort of ask on a stream and 5 minutes later there it is.
Yeah. So okay, so we have this sort of ringed version of the rotate gizmo. So whereas before it was the sort of the sticks with the circles on the end, you've now got these sort of rings options, so you can rotate around that, and it's just a little bit more intuitive. People who have used sort of, I guess, other game development tools and engines, 3D modeling, that sort of thing. It's a little bit more of an intuitive tool to look at. So that will be coming in this update as well. Okay, getting a lot of love for that. So love that. New Gizmo is nice. So we're hitting all the right beats here. It's good. Okay, can I update the orange in here? There we can. Okay, as I say, this is a sort of a bit of an internal progress build, so there will be the odd thing here that doesn't quite act where we'd expect, but that should be sorted now. Let's go back to the voxels. What else have we got? We've got some nice spaceship panels, haven't we? Go for this one. Okay.
Maggie, are you still happy to take the crashed spaceship idea?
Yeah, I'll need your help, I think.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm having too much fun with these alien egg things.
Why am I not surprised?
There's one.
It's going to be a bit of a rushed build, I guess. There's going to be gaps and holes, and you can spend a lot of time really making some cool things out of this pack. But so you mentioned a glass roof of some sort.
Well, I wondered about just having no roof since we've got the orbit camera. So
oh, I see. Yeah, I wonder if this would be a good
down
one
into them, but I guess you might change that camera.
Yeah, let's change it. I think let's show you. It's quite quick and easy. So if you ever want to change your camera, you just go to your player template. You've got a whole bunch of options down here. So let's have a look at changing orbit back to action. Okay, I'm pretty sure it'll all behave. There might be the odd, thing here or there to sort of look and change, but I think that should work fine. Cool. Okay, so, and I think going with that idea though, let's build a glass roof, because that'd be quite a nice way to look at the night sky. Yeah, let's just see how that looks. Yeah, so it gives you that sort of effect of there being something on the ceiling at least. Right. One thing we do need to consider. Okay, so we can animate this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a quick script to this that will get me sort of a default animation that will allow me to open these doors. Okay, so just a quick property here, which will be default animation type string. And then on init, we're just going to apply that. So get entity. Oops. Play animation, and the animation we're going to play is our property. So self.properties default animation. Cool. So we can test that works. So if I just added opening into here, bottom corner, and then simulate this. Cool. So we can see that that door will open. So what I want to do now is, I guess I want to change. Yeah, let's go back to this area template. I want to change all of the walls. No, it's only going to be certain ones, isn't it, that will have the door. Right, so let's rotate this whole area. Should work because I think it's a square. Might be a bit of clipping, but okay, so that's going to open up a doorway there. And let's change this. Don't forget, if you're simulating something, you can't move it. Okay, so that'll be a door going that way. Let's do the same on this side. So this one wants rotating. Copy and paste this. So lots of fun to be had, as I say, building all sorts of bases and sort of ships and planets and stuff. Let us know in chat, as always, if you've got sort of what it is you're excited for in this pack. As I say, there's a lot of stuff coming. Where has that all come from? That. Oh, I see what I've done here. Don't want to do that. Because they're children. This is the part of the stream where I just start muttering to myself, so. Okay, and then finally this one, we just need to copy and paste this. Delete those two. And move into position. How are we looking on your front for you two? How are you getting on?
You're going to have to keep muttering to yourself for a bit longer if you want a crashed spaceship.
Okay.
Otherwise, generally all right, but spaceship might take a little bit longer, a few more minutes. Oh, Maggie, if you wouldn't mind tidying up the world tree as well, because I can't see anything because I've made a mess of it.
Sure.
If you just put everything under like trees.
Yeah.
That'd be very useful.
There's a lot of trees you got out there.
I'll kind of look in a sec.
It's a few. Except for the very top item under terrain called _spaceship.
Oh no, they don't all have this. Oh, I didn't use my template properly. Right, okay.
Oh dear, what have you done?
I applied it to one of the instances, not the whole template. So I shall go and do that now. So basically, yeah, I want to get. Oh, but I've already changed it. Or I'm making a right mess of this live on stream.
Oh dear.
The pressure.
No pressure, Russ, but
it's fine. You're
screwing up here. Come on.
Yeah, there's no such thing as screwing up. I tried to be good doing it as a template, but I then started messing with all the individual instances. So I just have to update each of the doors individually. But that's fine. Buys you more time to make me this crashed ship.
That is true, actually. This is all planned. It's only going to be a little diddy one.
That's fine. I'm just trying to think of what else we can sort of utilize from this package or this new asset drop. Have a quick look at chat. Can we have a slower opening door or change the speed? So no, currently it's just a sort of hard-coded thing. So you can, a lot of the doors especially come with a few a couple of versions. So you've either got close or open, which if you set the animation to one of those two things, it will instantly switch to that. So if you say open, it will just be open. Whereas if you say opening, it will play that opening animation. but that's the only kind of control you have at the moment. If you'd like to sort of have the control to change the speed of that, I think that'd be really cool. That'd be a really nice way to make things a bit more unique. Do let us know on the forum. Head over to developer.crayta.com, jump on the forum and the feature request board. Obviously, we're always looking through that. You can see a lot of the updates that we've put into this build are kind of from that board. So do head over there and let us know anything you think you'd like to see in Crayta, and then jump over to Discord, discord.gg/Crayta. Let everyone know about the feature you've put up and maybe explain a bit behind it and see if you can get some votes. And obviously, the more votes it gets, the more likely it is we'll look into it and see about getting it into the build. So how's everyone enjoying the stream so far? I hope this has all been pretty exciting. It's been really exciting, actually, this sort of stream format, getting to show off all this stuff. I've been looking forward to this one all day. So yeah, do let us know in chat if you're enjoying this sort of format, and if you're excited to see this build, and maybe if anyone wants to start speculating about, when you might see this, when do you want to get your hands on this?
That's the trick. It was live 3 weeks ago. It wasn't.
Everybody missed it for 3 weeks. We can't believe it. No, it was not live. This is looking really nice. And it always amazes me, how quick these sort of things come together. A quick look at your little ship over here.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick and dirty one, to be honest.
It's quite diddy, but pretty cool. I've not seen a ship like this one yet. So again, it's just sort of testament to the sort of versatility, I guess, if that's a word, of all of the meshes and stuff. We've got some really cool sort of components for building in this pack. So yeah, the art team have done an amazing job of kind of really capturing the idea of it being a kit of pieces. It's not just like, here's a spaceship, here's a building. Here's all the components in which you can make these kind of quite amazing creations.
Maggie, the crashed spaceship is now a template if you wanted to use it.
Woohoo!
It's going to look like some space people had a very big accident on this planet. All the crashed spaceships that we're going to have.
I was going to say there's going to be a lot of crashed spaceships. Right, let's make tunnels.
Ooh. A useful tip, Maggie, might be to put some volcanic rock around where the spaceship has landed, so it looks like it sort of chewed up the earth a bit. And way too many fire effects as well would be my tip.
Always too many.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a quick copy of this. Well, when does it release? Space NPCs? ? So unfortunately, however action-packed and exciting this build is, there aren't any NPCs in this build just yet. But yeah, this is hopefully it's a pretty nice pack to keep people interested and excited enough for now. And paste that over there. And again, that's going to be too long, so let's make this unique.
These people are not good at flying spaceships.
This is like the Bermuda Triangle of alien planets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of works. Right, let's have a look. Oh, I've got some alien plants in my tunnels. Cool. So I guess we're going to need some sort of doorway. So let's just make some basic doors. Obviously, we could spend more time on this, but I think we're coming up towards the end of the stream, so let's not waste too much time. Okay, there's a doorway there. That will do. Hopefully this all works out. So, okay, the next thing I want to do, in fact, if you guys are happy for a quick test, just have a look to see how well all of this works.
Mm-hmm.
Spawned in my door slightly, but okay, yeah, so we've got this instant sort of spaceship feel to it. If you ignore all of the office desks, we've got these sort of pods. Got our nice ceilings, and again, yep, we've got our nice quick chat option here, so you can sort of have a quick chat around the environment and have a look, see what we've got. Oh wow, I see lava dripping out of this one. So it's like the rocks filled with like dripping lava. It's pretty alien.
How do we get out? Oh, I found it.
Yeah, there's just one door. It's just a hole in the ship. I feel like that would be in breach of some sort of physics rules in space, but
probably fine. I've got a mask on. Look, don't know what you're doing.
I see. Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. You came dressed for this. Nice. Okay. Well, just standing up here, I can see we've got created this pretty cool looking settlement in about 20 minutes or so. That's pretty cool. Right, let's jump back. I'll have a quick change to some of the assets, and I'll pull up my list, see, make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Oh, there's one massive update that's come in that I haven't mentioned yet. How exciting!
What?
So there's one thing I haven't mentioned. It's not something I can quite set up and show just now, but I can tell you that it is coming. And that is, let's get a drum roll. Once I see drum rolls in the chat, I'll let you know.
Oh, right, sorry.
It doesn't count if you put the drum roll.
Oh. Does it not count because the stream's a little bit ahead of the chat, so it's just going to be out of context now?
I don't know. We'll see. Let's keep it going. Let's get some drum rolls in chat.
Everybody, drum rolls.
Drum rolls in chat. Drum rolls in chat. Roll drum.
Roll drum.
Almost.
Yeah. Not quite.
There we go. Okay, there's some drum rolls. Okay, so we have global leaderboards coming as part of this update. So again, you asked and you shall receive. We have proper global leaderboards. So these will be leaderboards that you set up through the companion website for your game. And then we have a couple of API calls. Fairly straightforward system. And obviously we'll have some sort of packages out and a couple of the starter games. So I know that the time trial and the race will be using them. But the idea is you will have the ability to have a shared global leaderboard for your game. So if you created a time trial, you can show a leaderboard that is across every player basically who's played your game. It's not just going to be players in that session, and it won't necessarily have to be a sort of a peer-to-peer. I know some people have made some really, really quite cool, inventive ways to display their own, but yes, we will support proper global leaderboards. And the way it works is you'll set them up with a name, and you can pick whether it will display in ascending or descending. And then once you get the sort of the results in Lua, you can then bind them to a widget, any sort of scoreboard or however you'd like to use them. So it'll be interesting to see the sort of things people can do with their global leaderboards and how they choose to implement them in their games. So yeah, it looks like chat are pretty excited about that, and I knew that was quite a big one a lot of people had asked for. So I'm glad I didn't forget to mention that. So as always, yeah, do like the video, do let us know, your appreciation for that. Let's get some running emojis in chat for everyone who is excited for global leaderboards. What else have I got? Okay, I think there is another big update.
Ooh.
Maybe I won't tease chat this time. So on the topic of racing and time trial, and I know a couple of people have mentioned this previously in chat earlier on, but we have introduced the ability to have a collision preset on players. So gasp, shock. So obviously we've had a few instances in the past where players have been stuck behind players or that sort of thing, and a lot of the time when you're racing, in a time trial, you want to have the fastest line as well as somebody else. So what we offer now is a collision preset on the player template. So I'm not sure how clear it is, how well you can see it from here, but the options that you can get on here are the option to collide with players, overlap with all, overlap with players, collide with all but players, or overlap with all but players. Obviously, that collide with all but players will allow you to have a player that collides with the environment and everything else, except for other player templates. So again, really nice way to kind of streamline some of the time trials. So you can introduce this sort of player-on-player collision, or you kind of remove that collision and introduce a global leaderboard at the end to truly see who is the fastest in your game. Ray's saying can really use that for a nice Cybercube update. So that's really exciting. Actually, it'd be interesting to see. Let us know in chat if you've got a game that you've kind of deemed finished, perhaps, but with this update, there's things that you might want to introduce. It'd be interesting to see, how this can kind of revitalize some projects. Okay, what time out? Right, let's quickly do this then. So if you are working with the Tycoon starter game, I'll just kind of quickly mention a couple of things here, but you've got the Tycoon buyable and Tycoon updatable are the terms that we've gone for here. So Tycoon buyable is essentially the thing that you can buy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shift this UI a bit, and let's just rotate that around. Okay, and then we'll change this to a computer desk. Okay, so there we've got this pretty cool sci-fi desk here. Okay, and that's all we want to do there. That's basically just change that to be a little bit more space-like. Okay, and then Tycoon updatable. So this is the sort of the version of the thing that you buy. So again, let's just switch this computer. We don't want to have the computer mesh. Let's delete that, and then this whole thing can now become a computer. Okay, so you may have noticed obviously that computer screen looked like it was filling up, and that was just a clever trick using a bit of in-world UI. So what we can do is just reposition this now, sit nicely on top of this screen. Takes a little bit of lining up, and then obviously we're going to want to do a slightly different rotation and a different size. I think let's go. Whoops, press the wrong button. So it's here, Slater B. Burns saying Prison Break global leaderboards. So yeah, be interesting to see sort of people going back into old games and really starting to work out who is the fastest.
Russ, I don't know if you got to this, but do you mind if I change the resource to be something a bit more alien?
That would be good, actually. I was going to do that. Maybe if you want to change it to be like an egg or alien goo or something.
Sure.
Let's go with that. That'll do for now. Okay, so we've kind of lined that up on the screen so you get a better idea of how that looks. So Adam will just set up a different resource. And as I say, don't worry too much for stuff happening in the background. We will do a game development stream using the Tycoon starter game.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
We've got one there. Cool. So if I go back to my Tycoon updatable then, so it's got this stock template. Have you changed shop resource or did you make a new one?
Oh yeah, I changed shop resource into an alien egg.
Cool. So that's just the icon, was it, I guess?
The icon and the name. So now it says alien egg instead of just like resource.
Cool. Not sure what that wolf's doing there. Right, okay. Are we ready to hit play?
Yes. Ooh, a tower defense tycoon mix would be really strange but good. That does sound pretty cool, actually.
That does sound pretty cool. Okay, I can see my alien eggs are full, so I'm going to let that go. And you can see that obviously the mesh is updated here. Be that sort of new mesh, and we've quite badly, but put the UI on top of the computer. And we can see that's all changed to the egg. So all Adam's done there is just change the icon linked to that, and obviously given it a different name. We've got all these different eggs, all these different desks to rent. Right, I need to go outside and go to the shop. Okay, so all those eggs. So I've got enough money now to go back and buy another desk. Okay, so now I've got 2 desks chugging along. As I say, anytime we pause or kind of leave to go do a different game, or in preview, go back to the editor, these will continue going in the background basically. And then, yeah, you'll end up with a kind of a fun tycoon mechanic. And there's a lot of things you can kind of add to this. I know a lot of other sort of tycoon games have invasion mechanics. So I guess the tower defense idea would be quite cool there. If you could kind of go and steal someone else's resources, that'd be pretty fun. You could then, as a player, put money into having sort of defenses, which might be quite cool. So there's a lot of opportunities here. As I say, this is going to be available as a starter game to really get that sort of project off the ground and up and running. So just a couple more things to mention quickly before we wrap this stream up. The movement and the combat of the game has been improved and will continue to be improved. So you may notice slight differences to the way that the characters move. Their sort of animation here at this point is may appear slightly different. The way that guns feel, all that sort of stuff is a constant. We're going to really kind of work on that sort of thing. And I know there's a lot of work in the background at the minute to improve it even more. So with this update, we should hopefully start to see some of those things feel a little bit nicer and be sort of improved more and more as the game develops. Anything else you can think of that I've missed, Maggie or Sean? Adam?
Wow, thanks.
Sorry, I knew I was going to do that eventually. I'm so used to saying Maggie and Sean as a group. I knew I was going to do that eventually. But yeah, anything you can think of that I've missed? I think I've covered everything there.
I think that's everything on the list of new features and stuff, isn't it?
I think so.
Sounds good.
Yeah, there may be the odd small little thing here and there. So obviously with this update will come a lot of optimizations and bug fixes and all the stuff you'd expect from an update, as well as all this sort of huge amount of content drop. Okay, well, I think that's probably a good place to leave this stream then. So I will leave you two now then, and I'll just kind of wrap this thing up. So thank you for helping, as always, and I'll catch up with you later.
See ya.
Cool. Yeah, then. Bye.
Okay, so that has been a brief kind of, pretty quick run through all of the updates that you can expect to see in Crayta very soon. So we've got all sorts of stuff. I guess the highlights there are the introduction and the change to the way that you emote an action in game, along with quick chat. We've got the sci-fi Connolly's, assets dropping, so huge amount of meshes, voxels, sounds, all sorts of stuff to play with and build games with. So do keep an eye out for up and coming sort of sci-fi related creation events coming pretty soon. Obviously stay tuned for more information on that. We've got the change to the Nav menu, so you can see the current game you're in. Tag based browsing, so you can search through the play page through various tags. We've introduced the ability to delete games, so a lot of people have those archive projects and things they want to do delete. We've got our Tycoon starter game, so a whole new starter game to learn from, to pull apart, or to build from, and build some pretty exciting, fun Tycoon style games. The changes to the editor, so we've got all sorts of things like library folders, so kind of organization is slightly different, so you can see voxels and meshes as a group. The ability to turn off player collision, so you can you can set it so players no longer collide with each other. Global leaderboards, so we have the ability to now introduce a global leaderboard, so you can finally find out who is the fastest player, or the sort of the kind of the best shooter, or whatever you want to measure it by, your own score. You can finally work out who is the best player in the world on your game. As well as movement and combat improvements. As I say, we will be improving these things over time more and more. And then all of the kind of the usual bug fixes and optimizations you can expect from a big update like this. So now it's just time to, I guess, mention when this is coming out. So this, as far as I'm aware, we can be expecting to see this update on Crayta tomorrow at 9 AM BST. That will be first thing tomorrow for people in the UK, 9 o'clock. This update will be live on Crayta. So pretty exciting. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of time now to organise and work out what it is you want to do with this update and build some pretty cool space related creations. If you're excited for the update, then do let us know on Twitter and Instagram. So you can find us over there at Crayta Game. And again, if you're excited, let us know over on Discord. I expect to see a flurry of excitement and chat over there tonight. So that will be discord.gg/Crayta. If people want to get that sort of those links into chat, that'd be great. And as always, let us know on the sort of things that you'd like to see in future updates as well. We've got the forum and all those things available on developer.crayta.com. And finally, subscribe to us here on YouTube. We've got a lot of live streams planned, and like I say, we've got a lot of things coming up and some sort of pretty cool announcements coming up soon as well around this sort of sci-fi stuff. So yeah, do let us know. Do make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell to get all the notifications you need for when we're going to be live on stream. I think that's everything. Hopefully I've not forgotten anything, and I can't wait to see what sort of stuff you all create with this cool new set of assets. So we'll see you later. As I say, we'll be back on Thursday. So this is a slightly different schedule we're going forward with now. So we'll be back on Thursday. Okay, have a good week.